Hello everyone, good morning and happy Holi to everyone.
Good morning, sir.
So are you able to hear?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Okay, today we will see how to create an implementation project, how to add offerings using functional setup manager. Okay. Has anyone created a implementation project?
Yes, sir. I have done 3 implementations.
Okay, good. So you have done 3 implementation projects.
Yes, sir. For just a creation of implementations. Yes.
Okay. So Manikanda, have you done any new implementation project?
No, sir. Actually, yesterday I have a lot of work in my office. That's why I couldn't able to.
Oh, the lower Raju, have you done any implementation project?
No, sir. Actually, I haven't a laptop. Um,
Okay.
so that time.
Okay. Mahesh, have you done any implementation project?
Yes, sir. I have practiced yesterday.
Okay. Okay, no problem. We will see today from my side. So which link we have to click on to create implementation projects?
Manage implementation for. Click on right side of the implementation.
What is the link name?
Manage implement project.
Manage implementation projects. Okay. So the implementation start date is today's date, that is March 14th. Okay. And I want to give implementation in end date is 1 year, March 13th. And then I am clicking on next. Okay, this who will give the finish date time? Client will give by 1 year. I need the implementation to be completed. Okay, client means start agree. So they will give the finish date time as well. So based upon the finish date time, we need to complete the implementation project. So once we click on finish date, once we enter the finish date, then what we have to click on next. So when we click on next, here it will take some time because it has to load the complete offering list. So it will take some time here. Now, now we are able to see all the offerings that Oracle Fusion is providing to the customers. So when all the offerings are able to see here itself, is there any need to create another implementation project? Whatever the offerings that Oracle is providing, all the offerings are coming here itself, right? So all the offerings are coming here itself or not? Lakshmi, all the offerings are coming here itself, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So then there is no point of creating multiple implementation projects. Whatever he wants, he can just check the checkbox and he can create all the offerings within one implementation project. Okay. So right now I'm not interested to do any implementation for other families. I want to do only implementation for HCM, that too only for payroll. So which one I have to select?
Workforce deployments.
Workforce deployment. How will I know that payroll will be there in workforce deployment? You have to collapse that one for expand that one.
Yes.
If you expand that workforce deployment, you will be able to see that payroll. Okay. So okay. If you go and expand workforce development, what are the modules that are there? Goal setting, career, questionnaire, performance, talent review, and succession. Suppose if you want to implement goals, career development, questionnaire, succession management, which offering you have to select?
Workforce development.
Workforce development. So, but right now, what I want to implement is only payroll or absence. Okay, I want to implement payroll and absence. So just click on payroll, click on absence module. So what is the error? What is the warning it is throwing? Functional area payroll depend upon another functional area. To select it, first select its parent workforce deployment. Suppose it is a warning. Means when you want to select the child, you have to select the parent. So first you have to select the parent. And then you have to select the child. Workforce deployment and then payroll and then absence management. So these two modules are enough for me. Okay. And then click on save and open the project. So everybody has understood what is offering and what are the why we can use only one implementation project to do all the offerings.
Sir, in the system, they are providing a number of offerings like called workforce development and workforce deployment and some other HCM, SCM and sales marketing, all those tools. So based on the company requirement, they have given offerings like in payroll also. For my company, it needs payroll and absent management. So that's the reason I'm selecting this offering for as a workforce deployment. So it is good for implementation for this client base.
Correct. So based upon your client requirement, you will select the main offering, and within the offering also, based upon your client requirement, you will select the sub offerings. Okay. So everybody understood this concept. And what is offering? Offering is nothing but a module. Offering is what is meant by offering? Offering is nothing but a module where Oracle will provide to the customer. So workforce deployment here, it will be helpful to manage people, their employment, including payroll. So at high level, what it will be useful? How to manage people and their employment details, including payroll. This offering will be helpful to manage people with their employment and payroll. In that, I'm not doing all the modules, only payroll and absence. Okay. Click on save and open the project. So by default, whether you select workforce deployment or workforce development or compensation management, the global HR modules, GHR module is mandatory. So whatever the module you select in HCM, the global, that's why you are not able to see global HR, right? I'll show you here. The first two modules define common applications configuration for human capital management, define common HCM configuration. These two are common. This is called as HCM or global HR or core HR. We will call it as core HR. So this is common for either workforce deployment or workforce development or compensation management. And at the same time, define security. Security is also common. And extensions for workforce deployment, that is also common. So what are the offerings you have selected? You have selected payroll, you have selected absence. So payroll, define payroll legislations, define elements, balances and formulas, define absences. So whatever the offerings you have selected, those two offerings, define payroll legislation, define elements, balances and formulas, define absence will come. Apart from that, HCM, core HR will be automatically, it will get, whichever the module you selected, core HR will be automatically selected. At the same time, security also will get automatically selected. At the same time, extension, how you can extend your application using descriptive flex fields or extensible flex fields. Those will be high level topics we will discuss at the later point of time. So that also will be common. If we expand that one, it will come. Oh,
Sir, is there any correlation between each other under the workforce deployment?
Low Raju, can you come again? I didn't understand.
Any two modules are said, right? Payroll and absence management.
Yes.
Is there any correlation in between each other, or both are different?
Both are different, but there is some kind of relationship would be there. Like suppose you have taken 10 days leave. So for those 10 days leave, the amount will be deducted from your salary, right?
Yes.
So that kind of relationship would be there, but definitely those two modules are two different modules. So one module is to run the payroll, another module is to calculate your absences.
Okay. Even all the modules are under in workforce deployment different.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So even though all the modules are under workforce deployment, those are modules are different modules only. So any other person having any other doubts? Okay. So we have selected payroll and absence as our primary modules along with core HR. Core HR will be definitely selected automatically, and security administration also will get selected automatically. So 4 modules: 4 HR, payroll, absence, and security administration. So all 4 modules will be done from the Tata group. Okay, once this is done, we will go for talent modules like workforce development. In that, what are the modules we will see? Can anybody remember those module names? Goal management, career development, performance management, succession management. So those modules we will see after the primary modules are completed. Okay. So this is a very important task: establish enterprise structures. So this comes under define initial configuration. So define initial configuration comes under which module? Define enterprise structures for human capital management. That comes under define common application configuration for human capital management. So you can go like this by tree structures, or you just remember the task name, establish enterprise structures. To better remember the task name only, because these are important task name, establish enterprise structures. Okay. So as a consultant, it is really important at least you remember all the task names. Don't depend upon this hierarchy. You remember all the task names. So these established enterprise structures, this task name is used to create what?
Guys, just creating a enterprise the company.
Yeah, yesterday we have discussed, right? This task is used to create enterprise. In the name itself, we are having, right? Establish enterprise structures. This task will be useful to create an enterprise in the application. Okay, establish enterprise structures, click on go to task. Okay, people have created so many things: Apple Group, Cognizant, Facebook, Genpact, Hitachi, Infosys, Microsoft, Oracle, Reliance, Saudi Aramco. Okay. Oh, Reliance has been loaded. Okay, Reliance has been loaded. I want to roll back the configuration. Okay, good. So we have rolled back the Reliance. So now Tata Group was not there, right? Tata Group was not there.
Yes, sir.
So I want to create an enterprise for Tata Group. Okay, just click on create symbol. So from here it is very much important. So what is the name of the enterprise?
Tata.
Tata Group.
Group.
Tata Group. Tata Group. Okay. Yes, description is just that will also just give the Tata Group. Enterprise name Tata Group. Short name Tata. Primary industry Just we'll consider primary industry as manufacturing. Headquarters country. Just for default, just give it US only because we are learning for the United States. Okay, just give default US. So what is the legal name? So legal name is the name of the country, company's legal name. Just that one also give Tata Group only. Legal entity identifier. Just give any number. Registration. Just give a number. Legal address. So legal address means where the company has been located. Address of the address of the company. So while asking this one, it will ask either you already created. That is fine. Otherwise, you can create. I want to create the legal address. Just click on create. So I'll say the Tata one way. Is for the understanding purpose, I have given name as one way Tata Group. Just after giving here, give the postal code. Once you give postal code, automatically all the values will get populated. To remember this postal code 94061. So either any one of the zip code you remember in order to not to waste the time. Okay. 940 Redwood City, San Mateo, California. Just select the second ones and click on OK. Redwood City, San Mateo County, San Mateo, state is California. Okay, just click on OK. We are done. Legal address you have created. So after creation of a legal address, what it is asking, enterprise configuration requirement, continue with interview to set up more legal entities, complete setup for single legal entity in a single country. Always you need to select the first option because in general enterprise means it is a group of companies, not one company. Generally enterprise means what? It is a group of companies. So when it is a group of companies, you have to set up more than one legal entity. Just click on continue with enterprise to set up more legal entities. Click on next. Now here it is asking divisions. So what are the divisions in Tata Enterprise?
IT. Multiple
Okay. IT, airline, steel and tourism and travel. And giving divisions one by one. Name IT. Country. United States. Location. One way Tata Group. Whatever the location you have created, just use that one. That is more than enough. One way Tata Group. Or if you want to create another address like HQ, create another address. Okay, by default, why Tata Group came in this page, the legal entities page? Can anybody tell me? Why Tata Group? It's enterprise, right? So why enterprise came in the legal entity? Manikanta? Gautami, can anybody tell me why Tata Group, which is enterprise, came in the legal entity page by default? Here we have not created, right?
It will take automatically maybe.
No, why? Why it comes in the legal entity? Lakshman?
Sir, it's default, like we have to create first enterprise, then divisions, then legal entities. So according to the structure, once we create the next, so it will come automatically after divisions, creation of divisions, then it will come to legal entities.
No, what is my question is, why Tata Group? Why Tata Group came in the legal entity page by default? The ultimate holding company came in the legal entity page. Why it came like this? In the beginning classes, what I have told?
Sir, because Tata Group operates as a legal entity
Correct.
to multiple companies.
Correct. Very good. So even though it is an enterprise, it will operate as a legal entity as well. Okay. It itself is a company, right? Everybody understood or only Monica has understood?
No, sir, the Tata Group has legal entities and enterprise also. So without clicking the next button, how it comes to legal entities? That's my question.
No, what you are asking might not make sense. See, what is my question here? These are the divisions. Okay. After I have clicked the next button. So by default, it came. Tata Group came in the legal entities section. So my question is, why Tata Group, which is an enterprise, came in the legal entities section or legal entities page? So what Monica told, has everybody understood or not? So what is the answer?
Whatever we have created for the enterprise as a name, it should be a legal entity as the first.
Can you come again, Manikanda?
Whatever we have created enterprise as a name, it should be a first legal entity of the enterprise.
Yeah, actually, whatever the enterprise we are creating is itself is a first of all is a legal entity. Means it's a company. Right? For that reason, the enterprise will comes in the legal entity page by default. Okay. So you always remember the Tata Group, whatever the enterprise you are creating is also a legal entity by default. ఓకే, నేను తెలుగులో చెప్తున్నాను ఇక్కడ. ఒక కంపెనీని మీరు ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేస్తున్నారు అంటే, కంపెనీ అని ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అనుకోండి. ఇక్కడ ఒక ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ని ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేస్తున్నారంటే ఆ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అనేది బై డిఫాల్ట్గా ఒక కంపెనీ. ఆ ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్కి చాలా కంపెనీస్ అటాచ్ అయ్యి ఉండొచ్చు ఫ్యూచర్ తర్వాత, అంటే చైల్డ్ కంపెనీస్ చాలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తూ ఉండొచ్చు మనం. కానీ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అంటే, ఇప్పుడు టాటా గ్రూప్ ఉంది. టాటా గ్రూప్ అనేది ఒక ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ అయినా కూడా అది కూడా ఒక కంపెనీనే, దానికి కూడా ఆపరేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. అర్థమైందా?
Yes.
సో టాటా గ్రూప్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ ఎ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్, అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం టాటా గ్రూప్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ ఎ లీగల్ ఎంటిటీ ఆర్ కంపెనీ. లీగల్ ఎంటిటీ అంటే ఇక్కడ అర్థం ఏంటంటే అది ఒక కంపెనీ అని అర్థం. ఓకే, దాని యొక్క డ్యూటీస్ ఏంటిది, మెయిన్ డ్యూటీస్ ఏంటిది, వీటన్నిటిని ప్రాపర్గా పనిచేస్తున్నాయా లేదా అని వెరిఫై చేయడమే దాని డ్యూటీ. తను టాటా గ్రూప్లో ఉన్న మిగతా కంపెనీస్ అన్ని బాగా వర్కౌట్ చేస్తున్నాయా, బాగా ప్రాఫిట్స్ తీసుకొస్తున్నాయా, తీసుకురావట్లేదా అని వెరిఫై చేయడమే టాటా గ్రూప్ యొక్క మెయిన్ అబ్జెక్టివ్. అర్థమైందా?
Sir.
ఓకే.
Where to go to?
So while selecting the company name, we can select the company which division it is. So TCS is comes under which division?
IT.
IT division. Legal entity identifier number 2479 కదా 2480. 2480. 2480. Legal address is also same.
Headquarters.
Okay. Now just click on plus symbol. So Tata Technologies. So the Tata Technologies comes under which division? IT. Now I am clicking on plus symbol. Air India and Vistara. Air India comes under which division?
Airlines.
Tata Airlines.
Tata Airlines. Okay, now we have selected TCS, Tata Technologies, Air India. Now we will select Vistara. Vistara comes under which division?
Airlines. Tata Airlines.
Tata Airlines. Now we have selected Tata divisions, two divisions. One is IT and the one is Airline. Now Steel. Tata Steel. So it comes under Tata Steel, right? Tata Steel. 2484. So this legal entity identifier number, legal entity registration number, legal reporting unit registration number, whatever the dummy values we are giving, these values will be provided by the client. Who will provide these values?
Client.
These values will be provided by the client.
Client.
Means Tata. Okay. For the client, who will provide that one? These are government defined values. Okay, wherever the company is operating, these values will be provided by the government, like our GST number, PAN card number, Aadhaar card number. All these things who will provide for us?
Government.
Government. Something like that. We just consider this as a PAN card number, Aadhaar card number, or GST number or driving license number. All these values will be provided by the government, right? Similarly, for the companies also, the legal entity identifier will be provided by the government. Legal entity registration number, like our GST registration number, will be provided by the government. Similarly, for this one also. Okay. Now, we have completed Tata Steel. Taj Hotels. Taj Hotels comes under Tata Hotels division. 2485. 2485. Well, that is the last legal entity, right? Vivanta. Vivanta is the last legal entity. This also comes under Tata Hotels. Now we have created all the legal entities. By default, what is the legal entity we got? That is enterprise name, that is Tata Group. Okay, apart from that, everything we have created manually. So click on next. So this is the, now we will have a business units. So automatically system will help us to create a business units. Suppose a Tata Group, TCS, Tata Technologies, everything will have some business units, right? We don't know what is the business units internally, but everything will be having some business units, right? So for that reason, system will help us to create business units automatically. For that, you just select all. So we are creating business unit at legal entity level. You remember that one. We are creating business unit at legal entity level. So for that reason, by default, what is the value it comes? Legal entity. So these are all the legal entities, right? We are creating business units at legal entity level. Suppose if you select divisions, it has changed, right? So Tata Hotels, Tata Steels, Tata Airlines, Tata IT. By default, what is the business unit level we will create? Always remember, business units generally by default we will create at legal entity level. So for this legal entities, we want to create business units. Select all. For each legal entity, at least one business unit will be created right now. Okay, by selecting this one, for each legal entity, at least one business unit was created. Just click on next. So this is the business unit set. Tata Technologies BU, Tata Steel BU, Tata Air India BU, Tata Group BU, Vistara BU. These are by default, just by clicking that button, these are the business units that was created. And still, if you want to create some other business units, that is welcome. Just to create another BU. BU 009. Okay. What is the business you want to create? That is common. Suppose you want to create two business units, that is common for all the group. Like suppose HR and finance. Okay. We just create like this. And then click on next. So this is a reference data set. So reference data set, I'll tell you in later classes. Just for remember sake, just to remember, there is one common reference data set would be there, and that would be useful for all the BUs and all. Okay, just remember there is one common set. This I'll explain you this concept in the later classes. Otherwise, you will get confused. Then click on next. Okay, TCS BU. What is the reference data set you will be using? What I have told, there is a common set. Select the common set. Common set. Common set. For all the BU, select common set only. Okay. For this BUs, what are the reference data set we have selected? Common set. For all the BUs. And then click on next. Location. So for this one also we have selected common set. So headquarters also for the location reference data set also we have selected common set. And then click on next. Okay. Next is taking some time, then we can click on save and close. Because there is no next option here. Just click on save and close. Here the application is taking some time, which you will wait for some. Okay. So it is giving us the review results. So what are the divisions you have created? There are 4 divisions: IT, airlines, steel and hotels. Legal entities you have created. Okay. Business units you have created. And then reference data set. For reference data set, we have created only common set. We are using common set. Okay. So this is called as enterprise structures. One is enterprise, divisions, legal entities, business units. Okay. And reference data sets, RDS. Then click on save and close. Okay. Now we have created Tata Group Enterprise. Okay. We have created, what is the enterprise name?
Tata Group and
Tata Group Enterprise. Okay. Now what you have to do? Load.
or we can check review details. After that, we can load up details.
You will check review results.
Yes.
Already you have checked the review results. And so
So we can download the technicals.
technical summary report. Okay, technical summary report was downloaded. And now what you have to do? Is go back
You have to go back
and then
to
load
click on Tata.
progress. Load accounts configuration. Just select that one. That color should change to blue color, light blue color, and then load enterprise into configuration. So while loading, it will take some time because it has to load many objects at a time, right? So it has to load the divisions, it has to load legal entities, it has to load business units, it has to load reference data sets. So while loading, it will take some time. If there are no errors, it will take some time. If there are errors, it will throw the error. Okay. Okay, now it got loaded, right?
Yes, sir.
It took almost 2 minutes, it got loaded. Once it got loaded, we have to go to My Client Groups. Workforce structures. So whatever the division we have created, it is showing, right? Tata Airlines.
Yes, sir.
So we will use the technical summary report. So what is division name? IT. Tata Airlines, Tata Hotels. See, always remember that while giving, like yesterday Manikanda told that always check that if any space is there or not. Sometimes by default we are giving some space. So Tata Hotels also it is coming. And Tata Steel. So by default, just you will go Tata percentile. So IT, Tata Steel, Tata Hotels, and Information Technology. All four are coming. So whatever the divisions we have created, it is coming properly or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simple by a test on with one flow. You have created everything, right? The entire enterprise structures you have created. Otherwise, we have to come to this divisions page and click on add. Click on add like this. And you have to give values like this. So when the division was started, what is the reason name? What is the name of the division? So that the page will load sometime. Workforce structures. Now, after divisions, what is the one we will check? Legal entities, right? So legal entities one display here. You will check business units. I will go to legal entities later. Business units. So what is the business unit we want to check?
Yes.
Tata Air India BU. Tata Steel BU, right? So Air India BU, it is coming, right? Now click on Air India BU. So there is the business unit, location, default set is common, and it is active status. That's it. So Vistara BU. So Vistara BU is coming right in search results. So have we created from the front end? All these business units have been created from the front end by one? No, right? We have used established enterprise structures wizard, and all at a time we have created ones. Enterprise, divisions, legal entities, business units, and reference data sets. So is it really helpful or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will see the legal entities and we will close the session. For the legal entities, you have to go to setup and maintenance. Go to global search. Manage legal. To manage legal percentile, just you give to manage legal entity will come. Generally, the demo applications are a bit slow, but in real-time applications are really like fast. So these are kind of demo applications that to dev environments, so they are really slow actually. But in real time, it won't be like this. It's really super fast. So from my side, there is no mistake. 380, 370 Mbps is common. Only mistake is from the applications. These applications are a bit slow. Because for demo environments, we'll have a very low, very limited servers and all. So for that reason, these applications are a bit slow. It's only for the practice purpose only. To see how the look and feel of the application and to practice. Yeah. We can't cancel. Okay, manage legal entity HCM information. Just we will check the what are the legal entities we have created is coming or not. Taj Hotels. So Taj Hotels is coming, right? Tata Airlines. There is a space between air and lines. Okay, sorry. This is a legal entity, right? Legal entity is Air India, not Tata Airlines, Air India. Legal entity means company name is Air India. Tata Airlines is the division name. So Air India is coming, right? Team, are you able to see the legal entity or not? Okay. In order to verify legal entity, which task you have to go?
Manage legal entity.
HCM information. Okay, if you go to manage legal entity, it is allowing you only to create the legal entity. In order to verify whether legal entity is there, you have to go to manage legal entity, HCM information. Okay. Okay, guys. With that, today we have seen how to create an implementation project, how to add offerings to that, how to establish enterprise structures. Right. So all these three topics completed. And do you have any doubts here?
Sir, regarding offerings,
Okay.
we have taken from workforce deployment from payroll and absence. So once we creation this enterprise structure, so the next step would be to create the employee hirings, all those things, right, sir?
Yes, once the enterprise structure and workforce structures are completed, then we will go for employee hiring and all.
Okay, sir. So then we move for the payroll process like that. So in the manner wise, called.
So first of all, global HR is a big concept. We have to go through all these things. So this implementation project. So what are the modules? What are the topics I have covered here? Implementation project, offerings, and function setup manager. Function setup manager is nothing but the offerings only. Means how do we select that offering and all. So how does go to FSM and all. FSM means that managed implementation project is there, right? Setup and maintenance. So that was as a function setup manager.
Yes, sir. That's it, sir. Right, sir.
Function setup manager is done. And then enterprise structure configurator means enterprise structure configurator means today establish enterprise structures, right? That one.
Yes.
Okay, so these 4 topics completed. So anybody is having any doubt in implementation project or offerings, functional setup manager or enterprise structure configurator wizard. So what is the enterprise we have created with this enterprise structure configurator?
Tata Group, sir.
Tata Group. Yes. Team, everybody understood, right? So what is the enterprise structure we have created using Enterprise Structure Configurator? With the help of Enterprise Structure Configurator, we have created Tata Group Enterprise.
Tata Group.
Okay, at least you practice these 4, and Monday it would be completely practical session. Everybody show me. I'll give you everybody 20 minutes time. Okay, even though if we go 20 minutes also it won't be enough, right? So what I will do is you have to show, you have to do practically behind the scene, and one person will show in front of me. By end of that person completes, everybody has to show me what is the enterprise you have created in the application from your laptop. You understood, right? So parallelly you can access the application with a different username. Different username or same username is also you can access. App.user1 also you can access. You can create different enterprises. Like today I have created Tata Group. You take different enterprises like Adani, Reliance, or Bharti Airtel, or something, which are the enterprise you like, and you have to practice from at least one time in your weekend, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And Monday you have to show me with a different enterprise, not what you have practiced. From the beginning, you have to show me. I'll pick randomly 1 or 2 people. I'll give 30 minutes time for them, one person, to completely show the entire enterprise structure. Because today I am explaining you, for that reason it took almost 60-70 minutes. Otherwise, I will complete within 10 minutes this one. Not even 10 minutes. So just everything keep ready like this. How I kept ready, right? Tata Group. How I kept everything ready. You keep ready your enterprise structure and immediately just do it in the system. And you have to show me whether the divisions are been loaded properly, legal entities has been loaded properly, and then what you call BUs has been properly loaded or not. Okay. Okay, guys, will you practice that one or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we will.
Sure, sir, we will practice.
Does they have any class tomorrow?
No, there is no classes on weekend. Until Global HR got completed, JHR got completed, there won't be any weekend classes. So because I can go fast, but if you don't practice, then it will be Greek and Latin for you. Okay, so everybody weekend, why I am giving time is you practice on weekends. At least suppose this week you might not have time to practice. At least use the weekends like Saturday and Sunday. And Monday I am giving you another session completely for practice.
Yes.
Okay, practice. So whether it is cricket, whether it is mathematics, whether it is Oracle Fusion Cloud, practice only makes the difference. Okay. Until you don't practice, you will not able to understand the concepts. Okay, Lakshman, will you practice?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
How many implementation projects will you practice in the weekend?
More than 5, sir. 5 to 6, sir.
Okay, Gautami, how many implementation projects will you practice in the weekend?
Four, sir. 4 or 3.
Okay, Mahesh, how many implementation projects will you practice in the weekend?
5 implementation parts.
Okay. Lovaraju, how many implementation projects will you practice in the weekend?
3, sir.
Okay. Manikanta, how many implementation projects will you practice in the weekend?
3 to 4, sir.
3 to 4. Okay. Monica, how many will you practice in the weekend implementation projects?
4, sir. I'll practice 4.
4. Okay. So what you have to do is when somebody already loaded that one, you know how to roll back that one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I'll do is today I'll give you each one different environment. Okay. What if I am having multiple environments? I'll ping you by end of the day. multiple environments. Otherwise, you practice in the same 58. So you're having this 58 environment, right? To practice in this one. Meanwhile, I'll get a different environments. For 2 persons, I'll give one environment. Like Lakshman and Manukanta, one environment. Lowaraju and Mahesh, one environment. Gautami and Monica, one environment. So 3 environments I'll give you, and I'll ping you that the message personally to practice in that environment, and you show me. Okay. So that at least Monday we can start. One person will show the implementation project. After that, immediately we can go to the next topics. Okay. If you don't practice, I'm helpless. Okay. Without your practice, whatever how much effort I keep also, it's gone in vain. It's useless. Okay. Okay, guys. Thanks for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Wish you the same.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.